In the 90s, you might have watched him on the hit CBC drama North of 60, playing Hunter. Daniel Dela, or you may know him as Davis the Cop on the show Corner Gas. Friday night in Winnipeg, he co-hosts the Aboriginal People's Music Choice Awards on the Aboriginal People's Television Network. Lorne Cardinal, how are you?
I'm doing well. Just landed and looking forward to this incredible event.
Yeah, this is your 9th annual APC Maze.
Yes, it is. And luckily, I've been along for the ride for the full 9 years. They haven't fired me yet, so that's good.
I know this is the 9th time you've hosted the awards, but when you're surrounded by all that Aboriginal talent, I mean, you must be even more prouder of your heritage.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the incredible work that all the artists that we're honoring and celebrating is phenomenal. I mean, we have Juno Award winners, we have Polaris Prize shortlisters, and the amount of talent is just stunning all the time. So I look forward to it, and it is such to see so many dignitaries there, and we're all there for the same reason, which is to celebrate our culture.
You know, I'm such a fan of your work, Lorne. I mean, back in the day, you were on one of my favorite shows, of course, Daniel on North of 60. What was your experience like on the show back then?
It was great. I was just starting out. I just got out of theater school, actually. And a funny story is when I went into theater school, I got a call from my agent saying this new show wanted me to audition for one of the lead parts. And I said, oh, yeah, what's the show? And they said, well, it's something called North of 60. And I said, oh, when are they shooting? They said, they're starting in October. And I went, oh, I'll be in school. I just started theater school.
Oh.
And it was a 3-year program, all-intensive program. And I said, I'm going to get my training. And I think that'll help me out in the long run. And then sure enough, after I graduated, I'm back in, I started in North of 60 as drunk card player number 1. And I was working with a scene with my good friend August Schellenberg. Yeah, so it was a good beginning, and then they brought me back for another show, and then they gave me a name, and then they brought me back for a third show, and they gave me 3 kids.
Are you amazed at the success that show had? I mean, people still wanting to resurrect the show online.
Yeah, no, it was a great show, and the writing was brilliant as well, and yeah, I thought it had a longer life than it was given. So there's somebody at the networks decided that was enough. We're too popular, maybe.
That's right. Your latest success, of course, playing Davis on Corner Gas. I mean, how cool of a role is Davis?
Oh, he's totally fun. I look forward to it because I built him as he's just a big innocent. And whatever he gets into 100%, and he's enthusiastic, and he takes people literally. And it was amazing. Our first big group scene that we shot for the movie this summer, it was pretty incredible how we all picked up the rhythm really quick. It just felt like we'd been away for a couple of weeks.
What other projects do you got on the go these days, Lorne?
Well, in the midst with my partner, we're producing a documentary called Chasing Lear, and it's about August Schellenberg's dream of performing in an all-native Lear that he'd been wanting to get done for over 40 years. And finally, it was done and produced in the National Arts Centre in Ottawa in 2012. And so we did I knew the historic occasion of that, and I wanted to record it. So I got a film company, and we recorded the rehearsals and interviewed all the people involved, and now we're just in the posting phase. We're in the editing suite, so putting it all together.
Of course, I'm talking to Lorne Cardinal. He's co-hosting the APCMAs this weekend down in Winnipeg. Lorne, I know you're a big fan of August Schellenberg. I've always wanted to talk to the legendary actor. I mean, what kind of a guy was he?
He was a brilliant man. He was very funny, very incredibly talented, and just a straight shooter. And very fit. He would put anybody, even though he was, even in rehearsal, he was in his 70s, early 70s, and he could still out-push up anybody in the room. He could just, rip off 20, 30 push-ups without even breaking a sweat, and he was very fast. And he's such a generous man, kindest person you'd ever want to meet, and one of these guys who stand up for the underdog no matter what. He didn't like bullies. He didn't put up with that. He saw someone being bullied, he'd step in and say, hey, You got a problem? Now you got a bigger one.
This week is the anniversary of the death of the late Jimmy Herman. Of course, he played Joe on North of 60. What kind of a guy was Jimmy?
Jimmy was great. Jimmy was very, very quiet, very to himself, but he had a wicked sense of humor.
Yeah.
You always knew he was, he was looking around, and when he was saying something, he had a joke and a story in there. So he was a great guy to know too. And it's very sad. It was a very sad day.
Well, this is one of my highlights of my career, talking to the great Lorne Cardinal. I mean, you've been in some really great shows. Corner Gas, North of 60, Mox and Flats. You also directed an episode. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I directed an episode. Then I was in the movie as well. I got to play a bad cop for a change. It was nice.
I'm not sure if you saw yourself tagged in a few photos last year. I know growing up you had a job right here at AMSA, Windspeaker Magazine. What was your experience like back in the day with Windspeaker?
Oh, back about 30 pounds ago. It was fantastic. The best job I had. That's what I loved it. Bert Crowfoot taught me some darkroom skills and photography skills, and had the great Laurent Roy teaching me how to write, and Viv Roller and Lorne Cardinal. I mean, dear people, and we were lucky to have such native journalists at the time. I mean, they were cutting edge. They were great spirits and leaders. And I was young. I was just a young whippersnapper, and we had Kim McLean doing our fabulous artist who passed away recently as well. But he was a great graphic artist, and we were both the same age roughly. And he was just an incredibly talented artist. I loved being there. It opened my horizons very largely.
Hey, Lauren, a pleasure talking to you. Good luck this weekend down in Winnipeg for the Aboriginal People's Choice Music Awards, and hope to have you live in studio one day soon.
Absolutely. That would be great, and I hope everyone tunes in Friday night on APTN Live.
Thank you, Lauren.
Talk to you later, Jeremy.
Take care, man.